Hello everyone, it's Christmas week, the 5 or 6 days leading up to Christmas, and I just thought I'd do a little base touching, see if anyone wants to ask any questions or talk about anything specific or general. Hi Flora, so wonderful to see you. I've been thinking about energy. I think a lot of you are wanting to make sure that you don't spin out this holiday season. And it's so typical, isn't it, to run our energy in ways that we know better than to run our energy. So I want to try to bring a little bit of sanity and clarity and groundedness to that, to make sure that that you guys take really special care of your energy as we lead up to Christmas and New Year's and everything. Because if you don't prepare your energy and protect your energy, then the world and all its madness and all its retail holidays and parties will just zap you of it. And it's precious. It's true currency. It's what you've got. It's what you truly have. And you need to build that. It is precious. It is sacred. Your energy is sacred. So you must treat it like it's sacred. What does that mean? It means you have to think carefully about everything you decide to do. What are you going to do with your day? How are you actually going to go about getting those Christmas presents that you still have on your list to get? I still have quite a few on my list, and I'm going to take it very slowly. The faster the world gets out there, the slower I become in here. So I slow everything down, and I recommend you do likewise. Slowing everything down actually enables you to accomplish more and to maintain your precious sacred energy. Don't let it get taken this holiday season. Don't let it get siphoned off of you and sucked away from you. Whether it's in your energy field, in your mind, in your emotional field, or in your body, it's all coming from the same place. It's all coming from the same source. So all the sleep that you're getting at night, hopefully you are getting good sleep. If you're not, then you're going to need to take some naps and to have some meditations to regenerate that energy. If we just deplete our energy stores and we don't refill them, then we wind up simply depleted, which means we wind up prematurely aging. We can slow that process down hugely and become regenerative beings if we only understand and apply the mechanics of energy, the understandings of how energy actually works within us and how it needs to be maintained, protected, harnessed, and increased, rather than just spilled out, drained, expended constantly, which is what we're pretty much conditioned to do all year long, every day, whether it's the season for it specifically or not. So I've got the beautiful South Atlantic behind me. It's summer in South Africa, and it's very beautiful. It's a little bit overcast right now. The sun's kind of coming and going, but it's very warm, very, very warm. All right, so let's just start with that, with your energy. And if anyone wants to ask questions, please feel free. I'm just going to share a few thoughts with you. That's the first thing, really protecting your energy this week, next week, forever and always, and never again to expend and let it be siphoned off of you, to really hold it sacred and protect it as your precious currency, because there are just countless sources of, whether it's activity or substances or belief systems or thoughts or people or groups that are ready to suck that energy off of you. And it's up to you to protect it. No one else can do that for you. You can discuss how to do it. Ultimately, it's going to come down to whether you're going to allow it or not. So to not get sucked into dramas, to not get sucked into any kinds of conflicts. It's not for you. It's not for your highest good. The only time it's for your highest good is if it's the time when you realize, wait a minute, that's actually not for my highest good. I did that. I shouldn't have let that happen. And I did. And I ran my energy, and it's getting kind of loud there on the beach. It's getting busy on the beach these days, but if it gets too loud, then I don't know. I think they're starting to play some music and stuff, but the party's starting. Anyway, so yes, think about all the places that your energy could be drained so that you can preempt it from happening. If people are getting into argumentative states and and confrontational, conflicting kind of energies, then you need to excuse yourself. You need to, to not engage. It's very, very simple in theory, but if you haven't trained it, if you haven't practiced that, if you're not above it, then, then you're going to get pulled into it. And this is a great training ground. The next couple of weeks are a great training ground for anyone who wants to flex that muscle and practice it, because we don't get good at anything unless we practice it. Okay, so that's to do with energy. And of course, there's the internal energy in the body. And with regard to that, you need to also be a great steward of your internal organs, tissues, blood, your cells. And that means not wasting your internal energetic resources on breaking down substances that are not going to give you any energy and are not going to do you any favors. The anti-energetic forces, the sugars, the starches, the animal fleshes, the alcohols, the whatever else, the pharmaceutical and recreational drugs, and all the things that you may, or it's all the things that need to be evaluated and reevaluated. So consider the possibility of what might be coming around, and how you're going to negate, mitigate, prevent the intake of it, because unless you prepare for it and unless you have an alternative, then it's just going to, wind up inside you, most likely. And we cannot be indiscriminate about what goes into our bodies, into our minds, into our ears, our eyes, our mouth, our nose, everything. This is why we have to, make sure that we're breathing sacred breath, and that we're watching things. If we're watching something, that it's not going to have a highly stimulative effect that's going to drain our energy. All stimulants drain our energy, just so you know. All stimulants are anti-energetic. And anti-energy means that your true energetic resources are drained by being exposed to them. So anyway, hi everyone who's coming on. Good to see everyone there. Again, any questions, please feel free. This is just, an extra for you guys to talk about anything, ask me anything you want to as the holidays approach. And I've been off. I haven't done a lot of these and haven't really been sharing much lately, because I've had the Shine Mastermind, which started in October and is going through to the end of January. So everybody in the Shine Mastermind is, that's where I'm driving all of my content creation right now and everything that I want for them. So I've been light here on the lives and things, but I had some time today, so I just thought let's spend a little time together. And I've been in the ocean. It's so beautiful. It's so cold, but it's so worth it. Done all my other rituals, so I had time to do this. All right, so what do we want to talk about, guys? Should we talk about energy? Should we talk about preparing for holidays and making sure that we don't wind up putting things in our bodies that we know we don't want and don't want to pay for after, because we know there's a price. There's always a price to be paid. Something might seem like a good idea at the time, especially after a couple of glasses of something, or whatever it is that you may be imbibing, and that's when the defenses come down and things that you are going to be having to pay the price for the next day, make their way in. So think about that. Think about how you are going to plan your days so that you get enough rest, so that you get some movement, you get the blood flowing, so that you get to break a sweat, or you have a sauna, or you do some kind of cleansing that you must be doing to stay internally clean and to keep your blood clean. It's funny. Shall we talk about that for a second? I don't mind being like the dubious queen of colonics. I know that I do go on about it quite a lot, but the reason I do is because the body needs space. It needs space to breathe, and the tissues need to breathe, and the blood needs to be clean. And if all this garbage stays in our bodies, that doesn't happen. So I know it's not always like a really sexy topic, but somebody's got to talk about it, and it matters. It matters that we take the garbage out. If you didn't take the garbage out of your house, then you'd have a pretty stinky house. And if someone said, "Oh no, we don't talk about that. We don't really take garbage out because that's just gross," No, that wouldn't make sense. If we said that we weren't going to brush our teeth, that we didn't want to talk about brushing our teeth because putting water in the mouth is it's just water. It's just water everywhere. It's just water. And you know what water is? It's magic. Water has the ability to carry things through. Water has the ability to basically, once waste is saturated enough in water, it becomes kinetic. The waste becomes kinetic and it can leave. So you wouldn't soap down your dishes and not wash them off. You wouldn't, put Windex, or not that you would use, whatever natural organics window spray you would use, and then just leave it on there. The green juice goes in, it's our soap. And then we need to wash this waste out of our bodies. There's so much accumulation. Then we have the autophageal process that we must understand. The cellular waste, which never gets to leave because the body's constantly triaging the food you're taking in. Well, what happens with that? It just means that the cell never gets to regenerate and never gets to do what it was designed to do because it's constantly contending with this waste it can't even get rid of. So by cleaning the body internally, by rinsing the colon with water, you create space for that autophageal removal to finally occur so that the cells and tissues can be and do and express and move and flow the way they were intended to. So this is what it's all about. It's just water. We wash our teeth, brush our teeth with water. We wash our bodies with water. We drink water. We wash our clothes with water. We wash our dishes with water. You name it. We wash our cars with water. Tell me something we don't wash with water. So that shouldn't be the sort of the challenge to get over. That we must be embracive of this wonderful substance, this magical substance that can fix it. It can fix everything by also creating the conditions for the body to start to regenerate. So it's only water. And what else should we talk about? What else do you guys want to talk about? Otherwise, I'll just cut this short and jump back in the ocean because it's really nice out there. Join the party. Get the music pumping. All right. Well, look, you guys have a wonderful holiday and be happy in your hearts. Be at peace. Find peace wherever you can. Remember, it's about the original idea, isn't it? Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Isn't that the idea ultimately? So we must ensure and cultivate that peace and not let it get siphoned off and not let ourselves get pulled into conflict and drama just because that might be the pattern in your home or when you go home or in your environment. Just please create the conditions for peace in your life. It's precious. It's so precious. And peace and goodwill, right? Goodwill. It's much easier to confer and conduct goodwill when we're at peace inside, and it's no small thing. So to create that peace, it's a great achievement, especially in this world, and it's a great achievement to genuinely feel goodwill to one another at this time when people are pretty chaotic and pretty triggered, very easily triggered, to not be in that situation, to be that which calms everything down, to have yourself so centered and so grounded and so good that you can walk into situations and diffuse. And I talk about bringing order to chaos, that being angelic work, and bringing order to higher states, that being angelic work. Well, to be able to diffuse conflict simply by not engaging it and in your power, in your grounded energy, being able to diffuse it, that is a major, truly major form of angelic work. So with that, I'll leave you guys to have a super happy holiday, and I'm sure I'll see you again very soon. Okay, lots and lots of love. Bye for now.